What's up, everybody? It's Dominic369 for Occultism Unleashed, and today we are talking about Venus in Capricorn. Venus entered Capricorn today, and Capricorn is the sign of responsibility, accountability, leadership, and things of that nature. Pardon me, let me mute my phone. And Venus is the planet that governs self-reflection, value, personal wealth, self-worth, and things like that. As you can see by the icon on the screen, this is a hand mirror. Hand mirrors are used to take a look at yourself. You could be used to take a look at yourself primarily, but they also can be used to show people their ugliness. We are going to see the world as Venus is traveling through the United States. First house, the world is getting a look at the hypocrisy and ugliness, the tyrannical, Capricornian and draconian abuses of human rights supported by the United States. They're getting to see the true face of the United States, the entire world. But we'll dive into the United States chart in another read, and I want to give you guys the up and up on Venus in Capricorn through your houses. If it's in your first house, you can expect a lot of self-reflection. You can expect to get a lot of business done as Venus is working in your favor at this time to help you succeed in many areas and shining a really good light on you. If you take time to reflect on your own worth, what you contribute to the collective good and well-being of others, especially your leadership skills. A lot of times we forget that we're good leaders, that we're good at saving money, good at organizing things and making sure shit gets done. Venus and Capricorn in your first house, this is a time for you to reflect on your ability to get things done. Counting your wins, counting your victories, so you can remind yourself that you're capable. Venus is always good for reminding yourself because you got to take a look in the mirror and see what's really going on. Venus and Capricorn in the second house, you're dealing with finances, and it's definitely going to bring some money. It's going to bring opportunities for you to add to your worth, and it's also going to bring you, the energy necessary to help you make responsible financial decisions, because Capricorn is a sign that deals with boundaries. If you stay within the boundaries of your financial means, it gives you the opportunity to grow your wealth, to shoot up the value ladder when it comes to your net worth and your liquid cash. This is a sign because Capricorn rules elders. If it's moving through your second house, this is a good time for you to go to the elders and people who have more experience than you and leadership to help them to seek their advice in how to properly move financially. The third house, this is reflecting on your relationships with your siblings. If you are someone who has a habit of taking responsibility for your siblings' problems and dealing with their crap and saving them, this is a good time for you to break those habits and step into a place where you're actually being responsible and not allowing them to cast the responsibilities onto you. The third house also rules the community that you live in and grew up in. And the third house, Venus in Capricorn, allows you to have the means to take the leadership role within your community and actually be favored by people who want to be led and people who are lost. So this is a good opportunity for you to speak your mind and share your ideas and show people that you're capable of leading and that you are responsible, especially if you're looking for joint ventures with your siblings or aunts on your mother's side. This is a good placement for you to get that action. In the fourth house, this is all about taking responsibility for your household, getting rid of junk, cleaning things out, beautifying your home. Also, this is saying, because the fourth house rules food in the kitchen, it's saying taking responsibility for your diet so you can have the appearance that you desire. Venus in Capricorn it brings many benefits to every house, as you can see. The fifth house, we're talking about gambling. We're talking about investments. We're talking about, getting back to our childlike nature. It also deals with non-committed relationships. You may find yourself emotionally detached from people that you're been intimate with, and some of you may be seeing the consequences of not being responsible with your sexual acts, because Venus also rules venereal diseases. The sixth house, we're talking about our health and well-being, your service to the world. And Venus in the sixth house, it gives you an opportunity to reflect on if you're taking a leadership role at work, whether you're an entrepreneur or an employee. Are you taking responsibility? Landlords, as Venus rules rent and renters and landlords, are you taking responsibility for your properties? If not, you may see damage to your property or damage to your reputation through lawsuits, as Venus is a co-ruler of Libra, as the ruler of Libra as well. Venus in Capricorn comes to hold you accountable for either your good service or the lack thereof. Venus will be there to hold you accountable as it travels through Capricorn. The seventh house, the house of marriage, relationships, partnerships, legal action, and things like that. Venus moves in Capricorn through that house. It's gonna, ask you to reflect on, are you doing your part? Are you pulling your weight in your trusted partnerships and your marriage? Are you contributing to the chaos in your relationships, or are you, being responsible and taking a leadership role? This is going to be brought out by Venus in Capricorn. The eighth house is the house of death. It's the house of inheritance, debt, mortgages, and even surgeries are governed by the eighth house. Venus in the eighth, this is a time where you might find that you're getting some extra money. And a lot of times you didn't believe it, but Capricorn is a sign of showing you better than you can tell you, and it is bound to bring you some extra funds and help you take responsibility for any debts that you have, pay off bills and things like that, if you choose to be responsible. If you don't, the consequences of that will be reflected in your everyday life, because you won't have paper. You'll have problems with people trying to take your paper. The ninth house, this is taking a time to look out for, have you been doing what you need to do to cultivate your beliefs, to increase your education and learning, and smash the learning curve that's, hindering you from getting where you want to be in your life. It's about taking responsibility for your spiritual path and spiritual power. 10th house has to do with your career and your place in the world. Now, Capricorn is naturally placed on the 10th house because Capricorn is a sign that governs the 10th house. It's ruled by Saturn, which is the natural ruler of the 10th house. With Venus being there, it's telling you, it's time to step your game up. It's time to make your mark on the world. This is the time where you can show people what you're made of and what you can contribute to the collective. Venus in Capricorn is going to inspire you to do that. The 11th house has to do with socializing and networking. Are you getting out there, putting your name out there? Venus is also, the 11th house is also the second from the 10th, which means it governs the wages you get from your work. This is a good time, if you've been being responsible, to request a raise in your job, raise in pay, or a higher position of authority in your career from your boss. 12th house, it has to deal with our secrets. It has to do with taking a break and relaxing and getting away from the world. It also has to do with substance abuse and escapism. Now, if you've been using drugs and alcohol to avoid dealing with your problems, Venus in Capricorn is going to make you look in the mirror and adjust that behavior so you can actually get rest and relief from your struggle and adversity. This concludes the Venus in Capricorn reading for each house. I hope you found it beneficial. If you did, it'd be in your best interest to sign up for a membership today on the YouTube channel. When you have questions about your personal chart, I'm only going to be answering those for people who have memberships, because That's things that happen when you pay for a reading. So if you want to learn more about astrology, make sure you like, subscribe, and join the membership. We'll be back at you with the full moon video tomorrow. Peace.